Hello friends, welcome to Technique. This is Nirmal here, and in this video we're going to do a comparison of two mid-range phones, the Vivo V9 with the Xiaomi's Redmi Note 5 Pro. While there's a difference in pricing of these two devices, with the Redmi Note 5 Pro priced 14K while the Vivo V9 is priced almost 23K. So there's a big difference in terms of the pricing, but we'll compare these two devices because there are a lot of specification similarities between these two devices. So let's get started. So first step, let's have a look at the design and build quality. So design wise, you can see that Vivo V9 has a slightly better looking design because it's almost like a bezel-less design, while the Redmi Note 5 Pro, even though has an 18:9 aspect ratio display, you can see the top and bottom bezels are slightly on the higher side when compared to the Vivo V9. So in terms of the design aspect, we can see that the Vivo V9 feels better. Also, it's lightweight and the tapered edges towards the corner gives it a good feel altogether. So in terms of design, we feel the Vivo V9 is better. But when it comes to build quality, that's where the Xiaomi's Redmi Note 5 Pro takes the lead with the metal construction, which feels pretty solid, while on the other hand the Vivo V9 has a plastic build which is also prone to scratches. So in terms of the build quality aspect, we will say that the Redmi Note 5 Pro is a better one here because it's metal construction which feels really solid and built to last, while the Vivo V9 has already accumulated a lot of scratches in almost like 1 to 1.5 weeks of usage. So that's the design and build quality. Now let's talk about the display. So both these devices have the taller 18:9 aspect ratio displays. In fact, the Vivo V9 has 19:9 aspect ratio, and it also comes with the latest trend of having a notch on the display. And here we have the Xiaomi's Redmi Note 5 Pro with 18:9 aspect ratio display with 5.99 inches screen size, while the Vivo V9 is 6.3 inches screen size. So you can see that even with a larger display, Vivo has managed to fit into a smaller chassis. You can see that in terms of the height of the phone, you can see the Vivo V9 is shorter with a larger display. So display quality definitely looks slightly better on the Vivo V9 with the 19:9 aspect ratio display, and the quality of the display is really better on the Vivo V9. Now the Redmi Note 5 Pro is also pretty good in terms of the display performance. It's definitely one of the best Redmi smartphones with a great display. Both have Gorilla Glass protection, but we feel the Vivo V9 has an edge here. Now next step, let's talk about the software. So both these devices have custom UIs. We have the FunTouch OS 4.0, while we have the MIUI 9.2 on the Redmi Note 5 Pro. Now the difference between these two devices is the Android version. The Vivo V9 has Android 8.1 out of the box, while we have 7.1.2 Nougat out of the box on the Redmi Note 5 Pro. So Vivo has definitely an advantage in terms of the latest Android version. Oreo is available, while the Redmi Note 5 Pro is slated to get Oreo sometime later, but there is no confirmation on the same. So Android version, definitely the Vivo makes better sense. But when it comes to the custom UI, that's where we feel the MIUI is a bit more polished and feels better. So in terms of the usage of these two software, we feel the MIUI is better and a bit more polished when compared to the Vivo V9. Vivo V9 also offers a lot of options and features including like one-handed UI, app clone, smart split screen, and smart motion. Even the Redmi's MIUI also offers a lot of options like app lock, Wi-Fi fingerprint scanner, dual app support, themes to second space, then a lot of customizations included. So our choice would be the MIUI 9 when compared to the Vivo's FunTouch OS. Now next up, let's talk about the performance. So we have the Snapdragon 626 octa-core chipset on the Vivo V9, while we have the Snapdragon 636 octa-core chipset. Both are coupled with 4GB RAM and 64GB storage. So in terms of the performance, we feel the Redmi Note 5 Pro is better here. The Snapdragon 636 is a bit more powerful chipset than the Snapdragon 626. Now both these devices have 4GB RAM. Now when it comes to gaming performance, here again we feel the Redmi Note 5 Pro has an advantage here with a slightly better performance overall, and Vivo V9 does provide a decent gaming experience overall, but we feel the Redmi Note 5 Pro has an advantage here. Now both these devices have dual SIM cards, 4G LTE and VoLTE. The Vivo V9 has advantage that it has triple slot. That means you can use a dedicated SD card, while that's not possible on the Redmi Note 5 Pro. Now the speaker performance looks quite good on both the phones, but we feel the Redmi Note 5 Pro has a slight advantage here. Now the fingerprint scanner is placed on the rear panel on both these devices. Let's just quickly do a test and see which is faster here. So you can see here both are equally fast and does the job pretty good. And we also done a face unlock comparison of these two devices. You can also check out that video to see how good the performance is. So next up, let's talk about the cameras. So both these devices have really good cameras out there. We have a 12 megapixel primary camera on the Redmi Note 5 Pro and a secondary 5 megapixel shooter, while on the Vivo V9 we have a 16 megapixel primary camera and a secondary 5 megapixel camera. On the selfie front, we have a 24 megapixel selfie camera on the Vivo V9, while it's the 20 megapixel shooter on the Xiaomi's Redmi Note 5 Pro. Now we have done a detailed camera comparison of these two devices. You can also check out that video where we compared the camera samples taken in different light conditions, including daylight conditions, close-up images, portrait, bokehs, and also the selfie camera, and found that the camera performance was better on the Redmi Note 5 Pro. Even at a low price, the Redmi Note 5 Pro offers better camera abilities. The Vivo V9 is not far behind. So looking at the captures taken with these two devices, we feel the Redmi Note 5 Pro is definitely the winner here in almost all conditions, including the low light performance. And also talking about the video recording, the Redmi Note 5 Pro has electronic image stabilization, which is not available on the Vivo V9. So overall, in terms of the camera performance, it's the Xiaomi's Redmi Note 5 Pro. Now finally, the battery performance. We have a 3260 mAh battery on the Vivo V9, while we have a 4000 mAh battery on the Redmi Note 5 Pro. And the battery performance is definitely better on the Redmi Note 5 Pro, almost 1.5 days of battery life, while we get slightly over the day on the Vivo V9. So in terms of battery performance, the clear winner is the Redmi Note 5 Pro. Now summing up, which are the areas where these two devices excel. So first up, let's talk about the Vivo V9. Vivo V9 has advantage that it comes with a great display, great design as well. Then the Android version is the latest version, and also it has this Fun Touch OS, which is quite good, and the performance is quite acceptable, and overall it feels quite good. But the downsides of the Vivo V9 is plastic build quality, and also there is no fast charging included, and also the pricing is too high. The Vivo V9 pros and cons. Now coming to the Redmi Note 5 Pro. So Redmi Note 5 Pro is one of those devices which ticks almost all the right boxes, including good build quality, good display. Then we have a customizable UI. The Snapdragon 636 is really powerful, excellent cameras, good battery life. Probably the only downside we can think of is the hybrid SIM card slot, and also the non-availability of Android Oreo as of now. So those are the pros and cons of both these devices. So which is our choice? So obviously our choice would be the Redmi Note 5 Pro, priced 13,999, because it's way too cheaper than the Vivo V9 offered at 23k, and almost 9k price difference between these two devices. That's a major aspect when buying this device. For 9k you don't really get any additional value with the Vivo V9, except for the 19:9 aspect ratio display and Android 8.1. So other than that, it's almost every other aspect where the Redmi Note 5 Pro wins. So that's it for this video with a detailed comparison of the Redmi Note 5 Pro with the Vivo V9. Hope you enjoyed watching this video. Do hit that like button and also hit the red subscribe button for more videos. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you in our next video. Have a great day.